Alrighty, so now that we are recording again, and we have been busy getting a lead sheet and discussing all kinds of things that are probably too expensive for us to ever get, while Bacon was eating, we are ready to continue.
It's just an option for you there, cleric.
Mm-hmm. I'll
Whoever get the option is a thing.
yeah, I'll get you a short list at some point. I'll look these through when I have the chance.
Yep. Don't worry about it. So, eventually, after many months of just training out in, various parts of the sector, you are brought back together, back upon the bastion. You guys have changed. Some of you have seen things that you never wished to.
Well, one of us.
Some of you have seen things that you really loved.
There's a harsher look in Cormac's eye when he sees the psyker. That spark of fellowship that was there before might be slightly dimmer. Does he have visible marks of corruption?
None at all.
Not quite yet. I mean, in a way, it's supposed to be kind of visible to a degree, but
I mean, currently I'm just as unhinged as I was before. Maybe slightly more, but not noticeable.
talking about the corruption part, you went past 10. It's supposed to be some semi-visible that
Yeah, true.
things have happened. Your insanity is the same as before, though.
Okay,
For now.
that's interesting.
Could I get my new and then write on my summer camp?
You have gone off to happy days. Bacon comes back. He's been great. He's been having the time of his life. He's seen things, man. He saw the future. It's amazing.
One minor thing though, Bacon, can you turn Epic down on Curse a bit? Because when he gets excited, he echoes over your connection as well.
Oh,
I've noticed.
Everyone's noticed.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
on
So,
200%.
guys are back together. Gone through things. How do you feel about everything?
Psychers. Disgusting.
I miss summer camp.
I have seen things none other will ever will.
Evaluating look while looking at the here.
That's just how I'm feeling, not how what I'm telling you.
Uh-huh. Just a bit of that
oh,
fanatic
you know what?
vibe.
I forgot. When you were going through your horrible, horrible shit, I forgot to play the noise. He saw deep in the warp.
Epic, here is the most important question of all about that. Did he meet his succubus stalker?
Never. He has yet to see it. He saw temptation, though.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys are back together. Solomon will come out after a little while of you guys, what did you do this summer? Jedi training?
I trained with the Jedi. I mean, Templar Calixus.
I watched a heretic be interrogated. It was beautiful.
He admitted to all of it.
I played with some wonderful machines. It was the best summer camp ever.
you guys were going through some horrible chaos shit. He went over and was playing with like a Lumon Ruse or something. We're doing pressure testing.
I had fun at my camp too. It's just that mine gives me valuable life skills like interrogating heretics.
I have trained with the Templar Clexes? Yeah. Templar Colleagues to become one with my blade or some shit.
Basically. Alright, so you guys are come forth. Solomon comes out, says, "Welcome back! I hope you guys learned some valuable skills. You're gonna need them. Well, I suppose it's time to explain the basis of what you guys are about to be doing. Come with me. Time to go meet with his lord again."
And there's that sinking feeling.
Oh, you guys will go back. There you are. So, you guys are brought back before Zerb again. Bow. Bow now.
Sure, we bow before Daddy Zerb.
Yes,
Yes,
we do.
obviously we bow.
Mighty Zerb is here. Welcome again, Solomon. And, you? Oh yeah, the Acolytes. That's who you guys were. Okay. Their training is done?
The member says.
Well, yes, they've been around. They've been away for months now. They should have it pretty down. Good. I need more people. Always need them. So
Oh, shit,
I
he goes
suppose
through.
I will.
He goes through agents fast. It's not good news, guys.
You're about to discover why. So, you are going to be sent to be keeping an eye on the other Inquisitors.
Wow. Holy shit, we're out of our depths here.
There is only one way to respond to this. That is with a certain letter, which I believe is the 5th? No, not 5th, 6th in the alphabet.
Currently, there is some activities going on in some of the primary worlds. Some not so much. From what I know of you, you generally do fairly well in more civilized society, though. So, I think you will be best being sent off to one of the hive worlds. One of the Inquisitors are doing something odd. Yes, I think that would be best. In the meantime, try and do whatever things you feel are necessary before I send you upon the ship. Basically.
You know, I didn't take this cooking skill. That might have been a mistake in hindsight.
I want to point something. Animals can't eat my dead body. It's a machine.
No, you'll just rust.
Yeah.
You'll rust to a heap.
It's fine.
So,
Las weapons can be recharged on an ordinary fire, and the meat comes pre-cooked when you hunt it.
By the way, totally considered sending you to basically a feral world for a while, but hey.
Turns
Uh-huh.
out we're not equipped for that in the slightest.
We would adapt. Come back with a few
So-
more scars, few fewer bullets.
Congratulations! You now know what you're actually here for. You're going to be sent to keep an eye on other Inquisitors and make sure that they either, don't cause too much trouble or do cause a lot of trouble. You're actually not even there necessarily to keep them in check.
We're just there to make sure everything goes as planned.
Yeah, we're to watch for treachery.
That's correct. Welcome. You're part of the Lord Inquisitor's personal acolytes.
We're so fucked.
Everybody will hate us and everybody will fear us.
Well, I'm
Oh, it
assuming
gets
we're
better.
going incognito.
Exactly. You are not
Yeah.
meant to be known. There's a reason you're going through all the maintenance shafts all the time to get here.
That's not better.
Do we have emergency badges or something we can flash in case we need that standing, or are we just like make do?
You will. You will have emergency. You will have badges you can flash for emergency. Yeah, but you will not actually have anything that connects you to him, particularly.
Okay, so limit our footprint as his agents. Got it.
Yep. But while in downtime, you guys are going to have access to a lot of stuff. While on a mission, you're going to basically have to go by the seat of your pants.
So buy the grenades now is what I heard.
Yes. Buy them now.
Right now,
Ask
or...
how you got them later. No. You know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
Before, at the start of next session, basically.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
he's going to be sending you guys off and you just have some filler going on right now.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. And essentially we get sent back to the same ship or a different ship?
You are being sent back on a different ship. The filler's happening basically on this move. You guys can try and get acquainted with each other, face some random stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Up to you guys. What do you feel? What do you feel like? What do you feel like feeling like?
I feel like we have our orders. Make ourselves busy and useful, so we're looking for corruption.
Look for
Out of-
corruption.
Out of character, I'm going to ask you something. Does the Lord Inquisitor count as a living saint?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Why?
So he can't reduce our corruption by blessing us or something.
Where did you find that?
I think I read it somewhere, I don't remember now.
You said Jekyll or Loose to look for advantages in the books. This is what happens, Epic.
Living Saint. Warhammer.
Oh.
Fuck is the Living Saint?
See, you broke this, the Jackalor.
Rolls, etc. Philistine, Satan. Definitely not a saint. It's just important people in general.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They're not even any part of any of the books of the Dark Heresy. Good to know.
That's strange.
So yes, you have not met a living saint. No.
Okay. So, yeah, How long are we gonna be on this ship? How long do we have to?
Anything between here and your mission is basically going to be whatever you want for the filler.
Okay.
You want to crash land on a death world for about 5 days while Bacon needs to repair it? You could do that.
Let's not crash one of the Imperium's liners. I'm not sure we can replace those anymore.
No, we can't.
But he does have Forbidden Lore Archaeotech, so he can repair it.
Well, like I said, my vote, use the Psyker, use the Tech Priest, use everything to just fucking scan for anyone doing actual Chaos culty shit. Because if it was on one ship, there might be someone on this one as well, and that shit
This
is
isn't a
not...
big ship. You guys are going around on basically a very small ship that barely fits a warp drive.
Oh. Huh.
You are not among the populace right now. He is keeping you guys incognito.
Okay. Well, shit. Any ideas, Jackal or Bacon?
The exchange is that this only allows you to go in very specific places that are pre-programmed in, basically.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so is it like an automated ship?
It is.
There isn't
Oh,
even a
it's actually
fucking
kind of surprising.
navigator?
You aren't even using a navigator.
Wow,
I
I'm
could-
surprised we're alive.
I could try to change the ship coordinates or
Don't
manually try.
you touch it.
I
We are
would
not
recommend
taking it
it.
for a joyride, Bacon, no.
I would kill you if you tried to touch anything. I'm pretty sure this ship is already about to die, make us all die horribly in just 5 seconds from now. So I'm not having you touch anything.
The problem is,
But-
if you try to draw a weapon on Jeff, I would shoot you, Jacklord, because I assume Jeff knows what he's doing.
Just look at
I
the
know
dashboard over
that
there.
you don't fuck with things. Fuck with the fucking things when the ship has no navigator.
I am the
Here,
navigator.
just so you know, there is a lot of warp presence on this ship. So, obviously, some kind of navigator did something on here. You're
Yeah.
not sure what, though.
That's what I'm telling you. Don't fuck with the ship. We don't know what we did. We know that it gave us the directions, essentially.
Basically, this is meant for stealth shit. No one knows what you're doing where.
Can you give us like a random encounter where we meet another ship in the warp kind of thing?
I'd rather not, because
No,
then I'd have to
no,
justify...
do not, never mention that ever again.
Oh,
Never.
ships supposedly regularly
Don't you.
meet in the warp and talk amongst themselves. It's totally
No.
safe and friendly, Jackalor, surely.
No, just go. No, never mention that ever again, please.
Okay, how about this
Look,
idea?
If you really want, you could meet a chaos battleship.
No, I don't want to meet any Tyranid ships either.
I mean, you guys just have to face down a crew worth of a ship versus yourselves.
I'm up for it.
I'm sure. Oh God, no.
I am pure of faith. I believe in the Emperor's light.
I believe the Emperor's light will guide us away from getting ourselves killed.
We could just steal the enemy ship. It will be good, right?
Need the crew to pilot most ships.
Nah, I can manage it. I can
We'll
make
just
their
convert
own
them
something
into
like that.
servitors.
Yeah,
Please, no. You don't want to do this, guys.
Okay, so group, who's voting for boarding a Chaos battleship?
Not me. You fucking idiots.
I vote yes.
Really? Are you?
Jackal,
What are you?
it's a democracy,
Hey,
so it looks like
stop.
it's up to me. My finger is hovering over the trigger.
Please don't.
Okay, fine, let's not. Jackalor is gonna explode.
I don't want to explode.
I mean, it would prove yourselves greatly to Zerb.
Also, get us all, get probably at least 2 of us killed.
You mean...
So-
What do you mean you captured the Chaos battleship? What the fuck?
Like, I'm pretty sure we need a member of or an Inquisitor of Ordo Malleus to be able to even fight it properly.
You gain 5 corruption points every round on the ship.
Yeah.
Hey, I can
not more.
negate that for myself for the encounter.
That's not an encounter, it's an entire fucking ship.
We just
Welcome
have to
your
keep
new mission.
fighting the entire way.
Yeah, but everyone else will already be dead by the end. So before are done.
So,
Alright. So, do you guys want to do something for filler, or are you guys alright with just a bit of a short session?
I mean, honestly, I feel like we should do something. Like, because, yeah,
Yeah.
most of it we have spent just faffing around.
Isn't that what we always do 90% of the time?
Blame Demi, particularly. He didn't give me 2 weeks like I'm supposed to have.
Uh-huh. I mean, in theory, the order I'm now part of is, you know, a sub-branch of Ordo Malleus, so...
You're not an Inquisitor. Doesn't count.
I mean, in theory, we're members of the Inquisition now, Jackalor.
We're not
yeah.
Inquisitors, we're acolytes.
That does make you part of the Inquisition.
It's just a name, Jackalor. It's the same thing deep down.
No,
You just have to
Not even close.
believe.
Your Inquisitor is part of the Ordo Hereticus, by the way. So,
Yes.
in case you couldn't figure that out.
Okay, well, like I said, I vote for rooting out corruption somewhere useful, but since we're not on a big ship, we're just going to a high world where we're supposed to start keeping an eye on things, right?
Yep.
Do we have time once we get down on the high world? We could just
Sure.
be, you know, faffing around there then.
Off around there for a little bit.
Yeah,
Don't
maybe
have a map
establish,
ready for the Hive World, but
Yeah, that's fine.
like, maybe establish some contacts, get to know the local gangs, whatever.
Get
play
to
some
shoot the local
groundwork.
gangs.
Hey,
go over exactly who's there and everything once I have some more time to go over it. But because you know, Hive World, there's gonna be a bunch of shit.
Watch us randomly roll into a fucking gene stealer cult and kill it all.
Jack Lord, no,
Alright.
we don't have Solomon with
Go
us.
ahead. You guys can make me some rolls, and from that, I'll figure out what you guys probably meet.
What kind of rolls? 1d10 or?
More like actually, you know, looking into things
Okay,
and how you go about it. So,
well, as soon as do we land in a special spaceport or are we in a main one somewhere?
you guys land into what appears to be something of an off port. You're in a primary port, but it's not exactly the usual space.
Okay, so VIP section.
Probably.
Well,
No
personally,
one knows why you're VIPs, so
yeah, like personally, I would start by asking the local spaceport workers what they can tell me about this world and anything I should watch out for.
alright.
Sounds good.
Again, I need some more time to know the exact world, but I'll give you some generics.
So plus 10 for peer workers, right?
Yep.
Okay. Give me
Wow.
the info.
You know everything.
I mean, I'm a high world child. I know how these places work.
Yep. So you're talking about particularly weird stuff. You got 5 successes.
Well, starting
The
with essentially general knowledge about things that I need to guard against. As someone who is
You'll
already...
need to guard against a bunch, so I can't go through everything.
Uh-huh.
I know who the Inquisitor you're here for example. But I don't have mapped out what they're doing right now.
Okay. I mean, more
Yeah.
in general terms, like which gangs are the troublemakers, etc., that kind of thing. Like, who will shank us for going on the wrong street, kind of thing, you know. Who's causing trouble.
A lot. Again, I don't have the exact
Uh-huh.
world set up yet, so.
Sure.
But I was going to just go with, what you were looking for, trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Trouble.
You're gonna go and find some trouble. And there's currently some trouble going on, of course, in the lower sections, especially. Although, apparently, there's a couple of, there's some bounty hunters causing some real trouble also on the upper sections. They seem to be
We
looking
could-
for somebody, and they're not afraid to shake people down.
In
Rude.
the upper sections?
Even some
Sounds
of the
like we should
lower-
deal with them.
You're in a port. You're dealing with the upper sections right now.
That's why I'm telling you we should deal with the mercenaries first.
Ah, okay.
Why? That makes... If we succeed, sure, it gives us visibility, but visibility is not something we want anymore.
Could make things
It's
easier up
just-
here to.
Kidnap one of them. I torture them with my Medicia mech, and then right, we know everything.
Or we just intimidate them into telling us shit. But either
Okay,
way,
go the boring
like,
way.
unless we're taking a hideout in the open track, I think this is not a good opener.
Fine.
Because it makes us
Anyone else
visible
want
for the higher levels.
So yeah, there's some bounty hunters going around making trouble. There's of course many different nobles making their own kinds of trouble.
We'll probably go to the lower levels and clean up some trouble there to get an in with some of the local communities if possible.
Alright. There is much trouble down there. Crime is very rife. Mutation is actually a pretty serious problem down there as well.
You're not entering one of those like scum levels or whatever they're called.
You're probably getting fairly close.
We probably want some of the factorums that are low enough to be problematic without being completely buttfuck crazy.
But that just depends whether or not the mutants are trying to do a riot at the time, I guess. So,
Uh-huh. Hey, crowds are my specialty.
yeah. You definitely know there's also, multiple cults. Whether or not they're chaos, the guy doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Might want to root those out.
I think that might be a good place to actually get started. Potentially. It puts
Start
us...
looking into various.
Like, it puts us on the Inquisitor's radar while making us look like just a loyal group of dudes. And, hell, if we can get the fucker to try and recruit us, that puts us in the perfect position to keep an eye on him.
You guys are a rather weird group.
That's
Yes,
the
you
only
didn't notice.
downside, yes.
I'm not sure anyone would
Psyker?
look at you and go, yeah, that happened by coincidence.
He's,
If only
A
we
psyker
had
tech
make
is
some-
a cleric walk into a room.
a psyker, a cleric, and tech priest walk into a bar.
The tech priest was talking all about how everything in there was a tech heresy. The cleric started burning a mutant that was, ordering a drink. And the psyker went in to summon a demon by accident.
I have not hurt a single fucking mutant so far.
And I haven't
I was-
summoned a single demon, so
Of course, this was the bar joke.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the point.
I don't know. Like, do other groups have essentially weird companions? Could, for example, a cleric hire a tech priest to help serve the ecclesiarchy?
The tech priests usually have a serious issue with clerics. Acolyte groups are the ones that end up usually having a tech priest with them. Tech priests generally don't hang with people.
Maybe the psyker hired us
Psykers
both.
also don't tend to hang with people.
Like I said, maybe the psyker is higher ranking than us and technically hired us both.
You're the only somewhat normal thing, and you're part of the ecclesiarchy.
I mean, I could go visit the tech priest. Jackal could just sit in a corner because he's a psyker, and you can do all the social working.
No, guys. We have the helmets on the things. Bacon. Can you look normal if you put the helmet on? Because Jackalor, I'm pretty sure, can hide his sanctioning grants under that.
No, he can't.
No.
Not only that, if he removes his robes as a tech priest from the Mechanicum, that's considered a bit of a violation to certain things. Not to
Yeah.
his religion, but to letting people know he's a tech priest. That would be breaking your part of stuff, actually.
Also, I don't think it's too easy to hide for mechadendrites.
I mean, right
would be-
now, the rules no longer fully apply to us because we're officially acolytes. We have orders to blend in. Our group makes that hard, so hiding that by removing certain robes and the like seems a justified thing.
It could be, yeah. He didn't really tell you to go incognito, per se. He said keep an eye on them. How you do that's up to you.
Uh-huh, it was strongly implied.
There's certain ways that you can be visible but not visible. The biggest part is don't connect you to him.
Mm-hmm.
Connecting yourself to the Inquisition's fine. In fact, probably expected. It's
Huh.
pretty normal for an acolyte mission to be like this.
Right. So,
Weird part is, you're going against the other Inquisitors. They probably won't expect that.
so we could, in theory, essentially just take our badges and report to him and enter his service?
You're not going to enter his service, but you would be able to say, oh, yeah, we're doing business here, and our Inquisitor mentioned you might be nearby. Oh, who is he? Where he doesn't want to be known.
He's
The
an
bigger issue
inquisitor.
is-
He can afford a psyker to just read our minds.
Yeah.
Most of you are most of you are fairly immune to that, actually.
Yeah.
Well, mine
I
has to
don't
be
know how to
active,
do
I
that.
assume, to really be
The
effective.
Tech Priest particularly is straight up immune, so...
Well, the tech
Yeah,
priest,
it-
yes, but
Against my willpower as well,
I mean-
so I'm kind of not vulnerable to that.
my willpower is at 40. He can probably get in if he has a decent
Depending on
Exactly.
his
psyker.
stats. If he's really good, yes. If he's not really good, maybe not.
Yep, this part's going to just depend on how you guys want to go about things and how much attention you grab.
Also, notably, he need to be a 4th rank psyker to be able to actually.
He's an inquisitor. His personal retinue is gonna have someone that's strong. Come on. Unless he really hates psychers.
Again,
can
it just
depend.
depends what you guys go with. So
I don't
He
know.
might not have.
The
yeah.
frontal approach, it works as a last resort for us, but given past experiences, the sideways approach works better.
Yes,
probably will.
agree with that.
You're probably not going to be able to hide that you're probably an acolyte group. It just depends what you want to be here for.
do we have any info on what the Inquisitor is doing here? Did we get any additional info on the brief?
Yes, you are here for Inquisitor K-Day. He is particularly known for, what was... I'm pretty sure he's also the Hereticus, but let me double check. K-Day, where are you? There he is. No, he's actually Xenos. Former Xenos. He's now part of the Hereticus. What he particularly focuses on is finding psykers and such. He seems to have a habit of taking people out from other Inquisitors and instead, bringing them to be proper psykers instead of killing them. It's very much about reforming people.
I hate him already.
I have my reservations about him.
Let's put it this way. He's the type of person that would have saved your life, psyker.
I know. I'm not sure that's always a good thing.
He's learning, bless him.
No, it's all good.
So, the vibe I'm getting is essentially that we have probably taken a room somewhere and we are just, or probably on board the ship actually, we're just discussing what our cover should be.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the official stuff won't start until next session.
So we need to be noticed by this guy. That's a given. We need an in with his people, somehow.
If we could find a latent psyker, we could try bringing him to him. That would be... Isn't that like actual... If you find a latent psyker, you either kill them or bring them to an Inquisitor. Isn't that how that works?
Usually. And then it's up to the Inquisitor if they kill him or not.
Yes. So if we wanted to search for latent psykers, that would be a way in.
That is a good idea, yes.
The problem is latent psykers are dangerous as fuck. Because...
Well, what I'm thinking is, we just say that we're investigating the lower levels for rumors of psychic activities, and let our paths cross naturally. Because he will eventually, I assume, hear about a group this weird operating down there investigating cults and the like. So for now, we just make some noise, so he comes to us and it looks, well, less suspicious than us, you know, just knocking on his door. I think. Which gives us an excuse to do something with those cults Epic mentioned.
Yep.
So yeah, you start going and hunting down for any kind of witches or anything in them?
Well, for a start, we just, ask a few questions, ever so, nicely. Just,
Okay.
trying to sniff out anything weird, but in a way that less focused on necessarily sniffing out anything specific, but being just careful enough that some people will notice that there's a weird group around, kind of thing,
Well, you don't need to try hard on that.
Yeah. So essentially, about as stealthy as we can manage to be, carefully asking questions. And letting the news spread naturally that those fuckers are here.
I think that just we walking around will spread the news.
So 3 guys in shining flak armor are walking down the street. Psyker, Ecclesiarchy, and Tech Priest robes flapping in the wind. The street just empties.
Don't forget that I made of machine, so I make a lot of noise.
Not necessarily. Not if you have best equipment.
No, I'm heavy. I'm full metal.
He's Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, I was just about to make that joke.
So I guess we go to a cult and discreetly ask around.
Discreetly. Yeah, sure. Whatever floats your boat.
You know, I'm just imagining we take a room nearby and like we go and ask questions in our armor, which we, you know, cover in some dirt for stealth, of course, so to speak, and then we just let ourselves be caught. As someone watches through the windows, we change back into our proper robes. So it looks like we're being really stealthy, while in fact not so much. Because eventually
Looks like
someone is
I'm
gonna
sorry,
follow
officer.
us.
I was just looking through the window. There was nothing weird going on here, says the tech.
But yeah, like, essentially we try to be stealthy, we try to cover up who we are, but we don't try that hard. About as hard as someone of our relatively crap skill level on that would consider reasonable. You know?
Go rolling. There's not even any mud. You just find some oil.
Sure.
We are working class citizens.
In full armor, carrying 3 different weapons and a dozen nades.
Right. With a tech priest with multiple mechadendrites. One of which is a Metaceic mechadendrite. Wonder what you got that for.
So, what do we roll to investigate the cults looking for anything suspicious? How many minuses for this, in other words?
Roll me deceive. Plus 30 for being very obvious about it.
Plus 30.
Plus 30. You heard me correctly.
For the plan
Is yours-
overall, I assume.
Basically for it working as you're trying to work it.
What do you guys think? A fate point can be spent to either increase it by 1 degree of success or reroll entirely, from what I read. Should I
That is
spend one
correct.
here? Because that feels like a reroll. I have a modified target of 85, so...
Not bad. That is a degree of success.
Well, yes, but versus an Inquisitor, this... I'd rather arouse less suspicions.
I'm not doing this against the Inquisitor yet. I need to make all of that shit. So,
For people in general and the rumors spreading.
that's right. That's what this is about.
Mm-hmm. So what are our chances of actually finding anything here?
You have a decent chance. The bigger issue is that with word spreading about you,
They
the
will know
real
we're
chaotic
coming.
elements. Yeah, the chaotic elements are going to try and go to ground.
Say, honorable Imperial worker, has anyone gotten really careful and quiet of late?
Make me an inquiry check.
Pluses, minuses, workers, middle classes, ecclesiarchy.
Sure. Not the ecclesiarchy one. Not quite yet, at least. As far as I know, you're not talking to them.
Okay.
You get a couple of names and such that after a couple days of doing this, that yeah, they seem to have stopped. Suddenly stopped visiting certain areas. Suddenly just changed what they were doing. Stuff like that. Little weird things.
Yeah. Can, like, Bacon hack into the local tech stuff to see if he detects anything weird, and Jackal, like, I don't know, roll his psi science? Or psi sense?
That's what they are supposed to be doing. As far as I know, they've just been flapping about. Follow his lead.
I can't. If I remember correctly, I can't roll science without unless you prompt me to, or yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you could do that for some general checks and stuff.
Generally, I don't believe I can. It's
I
generally
mean, I
prompted by
assume
you.
it's something that pings his weirdness radar, so I'm just kind of asking if he's getting any
Yeah.
pings.
Make me a
Okay.
minus 30 check then on your psi science.
I'm going to activate. Uh, yeah,
Are you sure, Jackalor?
Yes.
Because you might need a bit of redeeming in a second if you do.
I'll be activating. Where was it? Minus 30 really sucks. It really does.
Yep.
Almost impossible. No, actually, it is literally impossible to succeed on that.
Oh, you should have a perception over 30.
Well, I guess there's like a 3% chance or something.
Exactly.
Oh,
See,
70.
there's a chance.
Yeah, I'm just
There's a
gonna
chance.
activate Glimpse. I will be rolling with my psychic power of variating of.
You can veto that Epic Glimpse is a very short-term thing, though. If this
Yes,
is
it
over
is only
multiple
next turn.
days.
Let me take a
That is
look.
true.
This is about something particular, though, so I'll probably
You
like
peer into
Glimpse
the,
be a thing.
until the end of your next turn, you gain a plus 30 bonus to any single skill test.
I'll let you have it.
Okay.
Because I'll just say that this happened once and you weren't able to do it, but over the coming days you do realize every once in a while you're about to get a bit of a prize science thing. So
Holy crap. Someone... Shit. Well, if we blow up another Chaos Cult, the Inquisitor will definitely hear about that.
My guess, latent psychers.
Might be.
Otherwise, it would be easier.
I just wonder if they're ginger. There can be only one. Well, Jackalor?
I'm considering. Yeah, we'll roll with 8 dice. Not 8 dice. 3 dice.
8 dice. What
Please!
did you get rating 8s?
Please don't, Jackalor! That makes me sad.
I'll be rolling 3 dice. As in, activity side rating 3. That'll give me a modifier of 8. I mean, I could try with lower, but let's not. Actually, kind of hard to activate Glimpse. Hey! Nothing bad happened. I barely activated it.
Oh,
Good job.
Thank fucking God.
Got real close there, but hey,
Yeah.
no cigar happened.
Okay. That means I have no penalties or bonuses on the science test. Don't think I'll succeed anyway, but you know.
You can always reroll.
I'll re-roll that one.
You
We'll
sure?
be getting
It's
at least
a...
one fate point back. So
It's a... Well, true enough.
Okay.
well, doesn't fail as bad. So you know there's something going on, but you're not sure what.
I'll tell Cormac, but
Mm-hmm.
very faint.
As far as you can tell, it's almost like it's invisible, but it's there. So
Shadow in the
It's
War,
essentially a
Jackalor. You are right.
Okay, now
It's
let's
nagging
see. Jeff,
feeling I get, but not much more.
Jeff will try to connect to stuff and see if there's something going on.
all right, what do you look for, if anything in particular?
The activities on the regions around his codes and stuff like that.
You want to try and hook into the Arbitrace network?
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
Make me go ahead and make me a tech use roll. Are you just going for public stuff or trying to really go into some deep stuff?
Just public stuff for now.
All right, make me a tech use.
I did the tech use.
1 degree of success. Okay. So going into it, so let me make sure you added your stuff there. You probably find something for the Mind Impulse unit. I think that's right. Yeah. So, looking around, you find some reports, particularly on gang activities and stuff nearby. Doesn't seem like there's any particularly suspected psychers or anything.
Do any of the names on the bad people who have been doing bad things correspond with the ones that started acting weird after we showed up?
Who weren't talking to the bad people that were on that list. This is generally public knowledge, especially for somebody that's lived here.
Okay.
So if they're bad people, they would have probably been taken in where you guys are
Okay.
for most of your stay.
So I figured the next move... Well, we have two options. We can check out the places those fuckers were usually frequenting. Or we can check out their... Trying to check out their living spaces.
You won't find their living spaces.
Well, then I suppose we try and track them down. By starting wherever they used to frequent.
You just know of where some of their activity is going down, so you can hang out around there and see if something happens.
Well, like I said, I want a fucking suspect, so we're gonna be trying to track one down to talk to them. Unless you have a better idea, guys.
No, actually, no.
Not really.
I mean, we could just spam dowsing. Surely we have at least one
I can't-
description.
I need something more than that. We need to know what I'm looking for, otherwise I can't do it.
Well, I assume we have a description of at least one dude.
Sure, then, but it's not much.
You have a description of several people.
Well, I suppose we... Actually,
There's this one guy down over on 4th Street. He's been stealing loaves of bread from the baker over there. There's this other guy who has apparently murdered a gal. She was apparently a lower noble.
how much bread has he been stealing? That's the question. Because if he's feeding a whole cult, that's very different from feeding himself and a couple of children.
There's also this one guy that went and stabbed an Arbites. He currently has a big warrant out and is probably being shot right now.
How big a warrant? Are we speaking tens, hundreds, or thousands of thrones?
More like if you get in between us and him, you are also dead kind of warrant.
Ah. Well, the bread stealing is clearly the worst. How much bread is it,
Yeah.
Epic?
Yeah.
There's also
How much?
Yeah, we need to know.
Easy. He went in and broke through the door. He then just started throwing a bunch into a sack. He probably got away with like 50 pounds.
Oh my god, 50 pounds? Fucking kill him already.
Motherfucker!
Do we have a description of him?
And he's the...
Let's
Yes.
And he's a... Is that a criminal dude, or is that a dude that just suddenly vanished when we showed up?
That's a criminal dude. I'm describing bacon stuff mostly.
Okay.
15 pounds is a lot. Yeah, I will tell them that that guy stole 15 pounds of bread.
Oh, I
We are
think it
going
was
after him.
50, not 15.
It was 50, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, 50.
my-
It's like, wow, that's a massive amount of bread.
Yep, he had several bags, and he threw them out. Somebody else was there, but they never found out who it was. He was the only one
Did
on
we
the...
see, but yeah,
big
did
quarters.
we get the description of the guy?
Yes. In fact, his picture's all over the place.
Okay, can we...
What about the dudes that have started acting weird when we showed up? Do any of them stand out in any way?
Oh, no, not at all. Full upstanding citizens.
Yeah, like I said, if we can, I want to track down some of those upstanding citizens. The bread, it's... That's a big deal, but the Arbites will probably have it. We need to act like we're chasing down something else that isn't obvious.
Sure.
I mean, we could get the red guys probably feeding a secret mutant code or something like that.
Yes, but we want to make it look like we're trying to be stealthy, and getting in a shootout with Arbites does not fit.
I wanted to test my new talent.
I know, shooting Arbites does sound like fun to me as well, Bacon.
I mean, wait. Bacon, what new talents do you have that you want to test? I'm curious.
Deadeye shot.
He took Deadeye shot. I didn't even know that. Cool.
It's just 100 XP, it's great.
Not bound to be problematic at all, but we can't test it on Arbites just yet. We'll test it on Inquisitors later.
You guys do know that there is apparently a nearby, the equivalent of a biker gang currently, smashing up some stores.
Oh, that's like a current alarm.
Yeah.
They're trying to steal more bread, guys. Let's go.
They're stealing all the bread. Go kill them.
I think like going to talk with them is a good choice right now. Very healthy.
I agree.
Every day, right?
So sure, we're just gonna head on over there casually. Just call out at a distance like, hey! Hi! Can we have a word?
What do we got? Oh, that's... Trying to find a quick street to put down for you guys.
Well,
Doesn't work.
I believe I need to split the video anyway, so